Bonsai is the art of choosing a plant which has the potential of becoming a good bonsai, then training, shaping, and pruning it in such a way so that it resembles a full-size tree, expressing a natural beauty, artistic, and an impression of nature.
This was mesmerizing, very clear in its artistic vision. I absolutely loved the collaging effect, and I was really entranced by the dancer's ability to tell the story, but to also show us all of those different types of formations of the bonsai tree and all of the different iterations. I could have watched that endlessly. It was really stunning, that amount of body control and awareness. I also thought the parallels between marriage and the bonsai tree, the tending of the woman, the pruning, the choosing, the altering towards a man's desired effect, to a woman in her marriage and in her life trying to find a way and an identity of her own, a way to grow in her own authentic way. But this was really brilliantly done. Lovely pathos underlying the whole piece. And yeah, I didn't want this one to end.
The dance was beautiful. It was wonderfully photographed. It was wonderfully performed, wonderfully choreographed. The costumes were beautiful. The performers did a great job. Really interesting text that was beautifully written and beautifully performed. And just, amazing metaphor, talking about a woman's, plight and in Japan and during the time, and comparing it to bonsai, it really made sense at the end, and it was very sad. And it was a good message. I love the music. The music was beautiful, and it was original music composed for this piece, and it was a great job. So yeah, great work all around. Very poignant and prescient and interesting message.
I like the creative approach to it, the idea with the choreography with the on the stage with the performers. And the juxtaposition of that with the specifically when they superimpose the tree shots over certain parts, you know what I mean? I thought that was a creative idea, but on a bigger picture, the idea of the juxtaposition of talking about a tree and then talking about and then the poem from the perspective of the women, like and just using that juxtaposition to say something to the audience bigger, I think is brilliant. I think and was done well with taste and to say something bigger about Japan and Japanese culture and women's role in society and all of that. So I thought that was great. I thought that's the beauty of film, I think.
The interesting thing is their voiceover narration explaining like the story of bonsai, but on on the screen there's kind of like performance, like contemporary dance that accompanying like the storytelling, and I feel like it's pretty in sync, even though like they never like show like the bonsai on stage, but it's kind of reflected like of the story in like in a cultural way through body movement, through dances, through choreography. And I feel like this one is pretty interesting to watch, and it's kind of like well informed too. It's not like they just keep explaining without any significant details or points. Like there's a point to follow, like in this short too. So it's like an interesting and special one to watch.
Very clever comparison between the textbook rules to properly prime a bonsai tree and the controlling treatment of a Japanese woman by her dominating husband. The narrator's voice reading the bonsai information was performed in an informative, straightforward manner, whereas the female narration shows an emotional range in the description of the highly controlled home environment. I thought the three dancers relaying the positions of a bonsai tree to be so talented, and also really took on the personification of the woman. Gorgeous wardrobe and soulful and rhythmic soundtrack.